understanding our morals can help us with our internal conflicts that taunt us at times, such as sex or not to sex in a sex culture, which leads us into our discussion for today. Grappling with moral stress as it pertains to celibacy in a sex-driven world. That's our topic. I've worked with many clients who desire to be celibate, and I've noticed that most of them experience moral stress, which is a common experience for them as they navigate the dating world and strive to wait to have sex before marriage. Now, this typically appears when an individual's personal values and beliefs are at odds with the dominant cultural norms and expectations, which are very strong as well. There's the constant pressure to engage in premarital sex, and for some, this can be so overwhelming. If this is you, you may feel like you're being judged or ostracized for your choices, and you may struggle to find support or understanding from those around you. In a culture that places a high value on sexual activity, celibate folk out there may worry that they are missing out on valuable opportunities for connection, intimacy, as well as pleasure. Not only do you have the external pressures, but you may also face internal conflicts and struggles. To be truthful, it may even feel like you are going against your own desires and instincts by choosing to remain abstinent, and as a result, you may experience guilt and or shame. Now, as you can imagine, perpetual stress isn't always the healthiest. Thus, it can have negative effects such as creating anxiety, depression, and isolation. The isolation one is huge, as people often feel like they are the only ones who are not conforming to societal expectations. Yes, the Bible tells us to not conform to this world, but not conforming sometimes can feel more stressful than conforming. It seems as if you are met with the least amount of resistance, honestly. At least, so it appears. Not only might you feel isolated as a result of your decision, but because it is not the norm for most, you may find yourself struggling to maintain healthy relationships. Why? Perhaps they don't have your same beliefs and convictions and values. Or perhaps you feel as if you are unable to fully connect with others or express your love to the fullest capacity that you believe sex will do. And as a result, this can lead you to now feel disconnected and lonely. Not only that, but self-doubt may even arise if you feel like you aren't having or living up to someone else's expectations and desires. Oh, what pressure, right? So what do you do as you stand strong on your values and your decisions? You have a strong support system of mentors, a therapist, and if needed, some strong girl or guy friends that will provide you with the strength and resilience that you need to continue on your chosen path. Also, practice self-compassion, especially when shame, self-doubt, fear, and guilt try to creep in. Some common fears I've heard is, what if no guy or gal ever chooses me because he doesn't want to wait? And the most common feeling of guilt often comes when you are in a relationship and either you or they make you feel guilty for not allowing them to fully express their love by the way of sex. Settle yourself on what you want and what you don't want, what you do and what you do not want. Settle yourself so that you may find peace. You will be left with your dignity, the satisfaction that you stood for something beyond your own desires. I also want you to continually remind yourself that your choices are valid and they are important, regardless of what the culture says. And finally, find what brings you joy and fulfillment and do those things often. This will allow you to better cope with the moral stress and to continue to live in alignment with your values and beliefs. So for your success work, I want you to assess why you have made this decision to be celibate. Is it for moral reasons, for health reasons, for good old personal reasons? Then reflect on what systems you have in place to help you be successful. Again, where is your tribe? What are you doing to find fulfillment? And in what ways will you rechannel your sexual energy, which will come up, I promise you. Settle on your ultimate why and bring others along on your journey for support and accountability.